This is a very different thing for me. This is RealDence Nay. Hopefully this is recording and I get all of this on record. I have to do this interview via telephone with a politician, and she's a Democratic commissioner, and her name is Mary Wells. And so therefore she wants me to call her on her cell phone number, and so we are doing this in real time. And let's get this party started. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at this time. And if you are a day oneer, you're already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate that. And I've never done something like this before, so I am a little nervous, and we're about to find out. So we are now calling her, and it's going to be on speakerphone, and I'm going to hold this so that you guys can hear what's going on.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Commissioner Wells.
Yes, this is me. This is Miss Wells.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me. I truly appreciate that. Are you there?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here.
Are you able to hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, that is great. I see that your history, far as in the political realm, has been quite extensive, and you have a very impressive background.
Well, I hope that's good or bad.
Well, you are currently the commissioner, so I guess that would be good.
I guess that's good.
Yes, ma'am, it is. And so just so that we can have, a little bit on record here, if you don't mind telling us exactly whom you are and a description of your name and your title.
Well, my name is Mary P. Wells, Mary Phillips Wells. I'm a county commissioner for District 6 in Rocky Mount, which is the city of Rocky Mount. I help maybe 2/3 of the city of Rocky Mount. Although I represent Rocky Mount, according to voting, I represent Nash County. I call myself a commissioner that represents everybody, not a few. And so I think that's very important, that people need to know that you're not tied to one person, you're tied to the whole Nash County, because Nash County is who I represent.
All right, that is awesome. And I have to say, of course, yes, I did vote for you.
Well, good, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, I won my first election by 15 votes.
You won your first election by 15 votes.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I won my last one by 67. So I've done something right.
Wow. So when was your first election?
I was actually appointed with Claude Mayo. You may not remember, it was many years ago. He got sick and retired, and I was appointed. Then I ran against one of the big dogs, I guess you want to call them, in Rocky Mount. And it was the year that we were building the new high school, and I stepped out front and took that on as my number one issue, to build a new high school for the children. And so we won by 15 votes.
Wow.
Because the children got to be educated. you don't educate children, you don't have anything. I mean, people need to wake up.
Yeah. 100% agree with you on that one. That's for sure.
Right. And so that was actually 3 times ago. This would be I've been in there 12 years when next year's up.
Wow.
So I've won 3 elections straight out. I'd have to well know when I'm planning on, not planning on that, planning on letting somebody else do it. But we'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
I think the younger generation need to be involved, and they got to step up. They can't sit back and wait for somebody to keep doing it. They got to step up, but they got to do it politically correct and not jump in there and try to make all these big changes because it's what I want. You know, we're all in this thing together.
that's correct.
I guess what you want to say. You got to have some common sense.
Yeah. You gotta have common sense, not just book knowledge, because you have to be relatable.
Right. Well, you got to be willing to listen. It's not just me. And I think that's what's got. And that's not what you even called me about. So I need to shut up. All right, go ahead.
No, you're just fine. I would like for you. I like for you to be yourself. I want you to be comfortable. I definitely want you to just be, and because you only feel what you feel, and that means you're being transparent, and that means you're being honest. So I love that.
I'm not always right, but I'm willing to listen. And you know, I think that's what even got wrong with what's going on right now within our political scene. People don't want to listen. It's my way or no way. That's not life.
Yeah. Because I was definitely going to ask you, what was your feelings about the recent incident, or whatever they're calling it right now, that happened at the Capitol Hill?
You know, you've got. Let me see how I want to say this. We got too many people that want to be standing out front and want to be right. I can tell you that stuff in Washington last week is a shame and disgrace to the United States of America. I don't care what political party you are. We need to take better care of our, as you call our house. That's our house in D.C. You know, that's the people's house. And to disrespect it or go in there and throw one thing under there and throw another person under there and just keep feeding it with negative, we're never going to get there. It just made me sick to think that anybody would tell somebody to march on our Capitol. I don't care what party they are. It's wrong. Black, white, yellow, pink. It's wrong. That is the people's house. And for us to take and demand it and to just use it for one political, for one political combat to try to tear the other one down. I just think we've gone enough negative. We need right now to say, I'm too negative, I'm pulling it together. Let's do what's right. Whether you like Trump or not, you don't have a what? There's 8 more days. That's it. So leave the 8 days alone and let's move forward. Instead of worrying about spending all this money on something else. Let's spend this money on doing what's right and helping the people.
Yeah, because when it did.
When I get to rolling, you need to tell me, well, we're back up.
Yeah, because
I'm very sensitive about that mess. I'm sensitive about the mess that happens around with the town statues and everything else now. That's history. I'm chair of the Human Relations Commission in Rockydale, and we have this, bless her heart, this sweet little black lady. I love her to death. And her thing was, that's history. Why you want to destroy the history? You young people are not going to know nothing about history. So you come through and destroy it. So you know it's not just one guy. It's everybody stopping and thinking. You're destroying the history. So you can tell the young people.
You're
They're not
right.
agree with this.
Wow. Well, I tell you what.
You said I need to let that woman alone. You done said that, right?
No, ma'am. You're just fine. And I appreciate your honesty, and this is what I was hoping that you would do, was just be transparent and open up about your true feelings and basically what you know. And this is why I asked, for the interview with you.
Well, I'll just tell you it'll be my personal feelings. I'm not trying to put anybody else's feelings on somebody else. I mean, this is just me.
Wow. Wow, Mary. I really, I'm almost lost for words because I can only observe as to what's going on and try to make my best decision as to whatever candidate to vote for, and this help other people pay closer attention by you doing this interview so that they can have a little bit better insight, and something coming directly from someone like yourself is a great help and a great service within itself.
I would hope so. I would hope people know that it's straight from my heart. I'm not going to try to say what I think you want me to say, because I don't know what you want me to say, but I wouldn't try to say what I think somebody wants me to say. What I say is going to be what I really feel.
Wow. That is very touching and very moving. I have to say that. That's for sure. But I do need to ask you, after your term your term is over in 2022, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, you feel like you're going to rerun if you need to, or retire?
I'm not planning on rerunning. I would be glad if somebody steps forward that I can help and do some help to them. I'll be glad to. I think it's time for me to step back and somebody else to do it. I'll be glad to help them in the way I can. If they want my help, so many people nowadays don't want nobody's help. They know it all, but I can tell you, I didn't know it all. A whole lot of people helped me. And you just gotta stop and listen. That's it. You're in such a big hurry, you don't have time to listen. But I'm not planning on running.
Wow. So do you have anyone, because 2022 is basically right around the corner pretty much. And
I think we need I know one or two that's really interested, but we got to see what the censor does. It may not be, we need to see who's still in my district. Because, somebody may want to run, may not be in the district. So we need to get the censor thing done so we know what the districts are. I don't see mine for changing a lot because it's kind of split between right out here on the edge of the city and then in South Rocky Mountain, which is really in the city. I have a lot of South Rocky Mountain, West Haven, those back down in there. So I have something really mixed, and then I am just in the city limits. I mean, I can see the city limits of Dorchester from my front porch. So I am just in the city limits of Rocky Mountain. But I have a lot of this new city limits, like Hunter Hill Road, and back in back over there around the hospital, back on Sunset Avenue. So.
Miss Wells? Miss Wells? I think we lost you. I think we lost Miss Wells. I'm going to try her again, okay? And let's see if we can get her back. Excuse me.
Hello?
Miss Wells, somehow I think we got disconnected.
Yes, ma'am. So I don't know who that was talking to us. It didn't sound like us.
Wow.
Somebody in there talking. I don't know what they're talking about. Somebody cut right in the middle of us. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. And all of a sudden, the phone just
I didn't
went
think all
off.
of a sudden you were gone and some man was talking to me.
Wow.
All right.
So is it okay if we continue the interview?
Go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Basically, we were at the fact that you're not sure of whom.
I'm really not planning. I'm not planning on running.
Right, and you don't know whom they have planned.
No, ma'am. I know one or two's interested, but I don't want to throw nothing out there and hurt them or help them. So we're gonna be mutual to start with.
Wow. Wow. So, can I ask you, during your time serving at any point in your career, have you ran across issues of the fact that because you are a woman that they did not value your position or value your input?
I think women have to do twice as much as a man does to get any attention. You don't do it for attention, you do it for otherwise. But I think that females have been swept under the bus and we got to come out running. I don't want nobody to give me nothing because I'm a woman. I don't want nobody to take it away from me because I'm a woman. So I think we got to watch that very close. I think that sometimes it's not bad as it was when I first got involved, that you had to prove everything that they are accepting women. And I think now with Camilla Harris, the vice president, you're going to see that even more so. But, women shouldn't have to prove themselves because they're a woman. Period. You do the job, you do the job.
Very well stated. Very well. And so even if you do retire in 2022, will you have some sort of interaction with the political scene?
I promise you I will be involved. I'm not going to retire and just sit back. I'm going to be involved when I think for my great grandbabies. Somebody got to fight for them. Their grandma will be out there fighting.
Wow. That is powerful. Oh my goodness. That is music to my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need strong leaders. We need strong women like yourself. We do need that, and just like you said, the younger people need to still have people to look up to, and have people leave them a legacy. And like you said, no one can do it alone.
Right. We in this together. I don't care what people say that we in this together. I just have a problem with people thinking that everything they say is right, everything I say is wrong. I've got some people that I would call them very, very good friends. I would call them good friends, because took this political stuff and made it Democrat and Republican. It ain't Democrat and Republican. It's the people. I mean, come on. You got the good Democrats, you got good Republicans. You got sorry on both sides. You know, you do what you think is right. If you do what you think is right, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I mean, people talk about you to want to. They're going to do that anyway, so what difference does it make? I don't think, I'm going to say the first years that we were first in business for myself, that maybe people look back on a female. I think over the years I've earned a respect for people. I don't think people look at me as being a Miss Democrat or Miss Republican or Miss who. I think they look at me as being a person that cares, and that's all I want. When something happens to me, I want them to say she cared about what happened to her people. That's the legacy I want to leave, that I cared about the children. Because it comes up about education every so often now, and our board members will tell you when it comes up about education, my ears pop right up. Because to me, our children is the most important asset we have. We've got to educate them. Period. That's it. I don't care whether they got money, have no money. I don't care if they come out of ragtown or if they come out of a mansion. They're all God's children.
Wow. That is.
If I seen your ears full of stuff you didn't want to hear, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry either. That's the way I feel.
Wow. I tell you what, I sure do look forward to actually meeting you face to face.
I would love to one day. Up until the last several years, I was really been out and on. I've had major back surgery 4 times in the last 3 years. Besides, I'm having some major health problems one time now. Hasn't bothered my going to the meetings, attend to the meetings, but it sure has slowed me down. Because now I'm getting around in a wheelchair. I'm going to get back out of that thing. That's my determination. So, it's kind of knocked me back in a way, but in a way, it's also made me sit back and look how things really are. The Lord just give me the strength to keep going, and for some reason He thinks there's something else for me to do. So when He says, "Well done, thou good faithful servant," then I'll let somebody else have it. And let them work on it a while. And I would say my district is probably half and half, black and white. So I'm not sitting in and also half and half female. I'm a Republican and Democrat. I'm not sitting in a great big Democrat. I'm not sitting in a great big Republican thing. So you got to have. I'm gonna tell you, my first election, the Republicans put me in office. I give them credit for that. But they knew how I felt. They knew how I felt about children, and they knew how I felt about that new high school that our children needed. And I had some big time Republicans before. But that's fine. But you take what you got and go with it.
Oh, woo! Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Is there
Well, I would love to meet you sometime, I really would. Are you here in Rocky Mount or?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I am a local, and hopefully I would love to try to get into the political realm. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm nervous to even try.
But then you say you in my district. Think about it. Somebody's got to do it.
Yes. That's true. That is very true.
You know, we can sit back and wait for somebody else. And, you know, sometimes the one that we think would be the best, when you get them in there, would be the worst. So, you know, we just got to go by instinct and do what we think is right. And I had no idea when I ran. Well, I was actually one of the big political things. People now ask this real good friend of mine that's a big political person. Does he think I can win the election? He said, yes, you can win the election. I mean, he never hesitated. I've never been involved in politics. Except on a local, you know, just like county chair or something like that. And actually, this person would have called me into being county chair many years ago. Bill Clinton was running. I was county chair, and I put together one of these truck stops. And I think that got me a lot of clout, because I put together one of them truck stops in 2 days.
Wow. So what would be the requirements to even be considered to run for a public office like that?
The only thing you got to do is, if you're going to run as a Democrat, you got to be a Democrat. And you got to live in the district. That's it.
Oh. Well, I definitely...
You don't have to have money. You need your good campaign manager, which I had done a lot of stuff. So my campaign person actually and myself had worked together on lots of stuff. And he the one kind of taught. He didn't really. I guess he kind of taught me in the running. I don't know. He taught me into being county chair. But he and I worked together real good, and we still work together real good. And this Mr. Johnson that died 3 weeks ago, he's a very, very big person that helped me a whole lot. So, I mean, it was kind of like the old ones working with the new ones. I called him my buddy. We called each other buddies. There was 3 of us, me and him and Larry. We said we're the 3 Musketeers. But that's, you know, you just say what you got and go with it.
Okay. So if I decide to give it a shot, will I be able to...
I'll be glad to talk. I'll be glad to talk with you. I'll be glad to put you into some people that can really help you. I mean, really, really help you.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that is awesome. Wow.
You gotta have financial help as well as voting, because it's not cheap. But let me tell you, my main thing about that, well, my hand, I believe in contacting the people, so I did that. I did walk and do some housing the first time. My health wouldn't let me do it the last go round. But bless my husband's heart. He has never been political, but he is political now. I mean, he can get out there and run a campaign year out of it. He said, no, don't give him nothing else to do. But anyway, you just got to have the main thing you want to do is make sure you got your family's support. Without my family's support, I wouldn't have done it. My family's the most important thing to me, besides my Lord. You know, you got to have family support. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people who find fault. You're going to have people who be, that's all right. Don't worry. As long as you got the love of your family, that's it. Give it to the Lord and your family, and the rest will fall in place. And, you know, if you don't like it, get off the bandwagon. If you're going to find fault, I didn't need you on my side.
Wow.
But I would be glad to meet you sometime. I'd love to meet you. Sometimes you talk better face to face.
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping that we will be able to do this particular interview face to face, but I understand, you know, what you are currently medically going through as well.
Well, through my health just don't. I'm staying very active. within the county commissioners, and that's the only thing that I am still doing, dealing along in the human relations, because we ain't doing anything. But I have just about backed out of most stuff. I was on the museum board. I'm resigned from that. I'm resigning from boards and letting somebody else take my place. Look, I'm in my 80s, so it's time for somebody else to step in.
Well, according
I don't think age has got nothing to do with it.
I don't think so, because you are definitely mentally still there. Just speaking with you, I'm able to tell that.
Well, if I get so that I'm going to do something on Nash County, you'll see where I resigned. I would no way in the world would I hurt my county, period.
Wow. That is amazing.
And we got, Nash County's in good shape. We really, really are. I can proudly say that I'm a member of that board. We got a good working board. We don't always agree, but we like each other. And when the meeting's over, we're friends. And that's the way it ought to be.
Wow. Whew. You have blown me away today. I
hope it was good.
Yes. You're very inspirational.
I don't want to see no cannonball come flying down this road out here now.
Oh, no. No. I don't think so. No. And I hope not either. I don't want to see that happen either.
There you go. But anyway, sometimes we just mess with us. So we just leave for lunch or something. Did you ever go to Nashville?
I have been to Nashville several times.
Well, I was going to say my daughter runs a restaurant over there, and they just get let up. We'll be there for lunch or breakfast, one day or something. Just meet each other. Or we can do it here in Rocky Mount, but I just thought if she owns it, I'll give her the business.
I would love to do that, and I would love to meet your daughter. That would be awesome. I would love to do that.
She's a chip off the old block. But you ain't going to get her from running for office, I'm going to tell you that. There ain't no way.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just enjoy the lunch or either dinner, whichever one.
It'll be breakfast or lunch. She don't open for dinner.
Oh, okay.
She does a tremendous breakfast trade. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Or we can meet here in Rocky Mount. It don't make any difference. Sometimes it's better to sit down across the table than it is to sit down across the McDonald's. I got nothing against like McDonald's. Don't get me wrong. But we all do it all right.
Wow. This has been awesome. So I'm not going to hold you up any longer because I think it's getting ready for your dinner time at this moment.
Nah, ain't no 3 o'clock. Nah, I'm fine. But whenever you need to call me, just call me back. If I act stupid, that's all right. That's me.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You just don't know the gift that you've given me. I think you have a pretty good idea, but you have given me a blessing today, and I'm overwhelmed with so much joy right now and inspiration. And I'm now encouraged to even put that foot forward, to even give it a try with the political realm and set that example and keep the movement going.
Well, I've never been involved. Many years ago, when my kids were all in school, I ran for the school board because somebody taught me to. And my thing then was, my kids were in school, I need to be involved. Well, I didn't win that election. I kept somebody else from winning that didn't have any children in school, which accomplished something. But we got out and we worked on it. You do what you think is right. And I just think that people, from that I went to PTA president, run the booster club in Northern Nashville several years. So I put my service in, maybe not over school, but anyway. So we'll get it done. You want it done, give it to a woman.
That's well, I'm a woman, and I'm definitely going to agree with you on that too.
Well, it's true. You do it because you want to. There's a difference in doing it because you want to and doing it what. If you're doing it because of the money, you don't need to run for no commissioner. But if you're doing it for money, you're doing it for the wrong reason anyway.
Right.
When I ran for county commission, I didn't even know you got paid.
Oh, okay.
And we do get a little bit, but not a lot. But I didn't know you got nothing. I did it because it's what I wanted to do to give back to my community. So, I think that's all you got to find, people like that.
Wow. And I do love my community. And I do be wanting, I see things going on in my community, and I'll be wondering how can I do something about that? That, in a positive way.
Now I'm showing you how. Just get involved. And don't let the naysayers bother you. Or you're going to have some come to you and say, well, you ought to do this and you ought to do that. You do what you think is right. Then that's all you got. The only person you got to answer to is yourself.
Wow.
If you make a mistake, you made a mistake. Not them, you.
Oh, man.
That's just people.
Wow. This is so encouraging. I'm so...
Well, maybe I can...
Yeah, I'm just glad that I reached out to you. I'm just so glad I did. And I don't even... I've never seriously got to the point of saying, hey, I'm actually going to reach out to someone and see what's going on.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Nash County runs a thing called about getting to know Nash County or doing things like that every year where it's free, where you meet all the department heads and just do all that stuff. They put it in the paper and stuff like that. It's free. Next time you may want to do that, you would learn about all the department. Like you meet with the county manager, you meet with Mr. Hill with the EMS, you meet with the health department, you meet with all these heads. It's like one thing a week, like for 6 weeks. And then that way you fill out this form and thing that you want to get on some of the boards. That's a good way to get started.
Wow.
Find out what's going on within the county.
Okay.
Just be thinking. So, I think I really want to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, you can fill out to get on some committees. You just call the office over there, like 459-9800, and tell them to send you an application to get on the boards. And there's been certain interest ones you're interested in. Just what she does is file all of them. She files all of them with the county commissioners, so we get a look at whoever is interested in coming on the board.
Okay, and the number you said it was 459
9800. Just tell them to send you an application. Or you can go online and get it. Just go online and get it. Application for appointment to boards.
I wrote it down. I sure did.
But if the next time they run that thing, and I don't know exactly, at least sometime later in the spring, but it's well worth going to, and it's free. And what you do, you meet like 2 hours or hour and a half on a late afternoon. They serve you dinner, serve you a little supper, a little something, and you go and meet with all them department heads, and you know what all these people do. This virus going on right now, we ain't doing nothing but virusing, but...
Well, I would probably get a early application.
Yeah.
Even if they do it, I don't think If it's early, I don't think that would be a problem.
No. Just go and fill your application, get it on file. People don't have to go through that or do that. People on these boards have never heard tell. I just said that's a good way of learning about the county. I did it. When I did it, the charge us won't go in. But when I did it, I was already a commissioner. So I did it to learn more about the committees and all the things I was already on. But it's really, really interesting.
Yeah, it is. And it sounds interesting to me as well. So, yeah, we would definitely be in touch.
Okay. And your name was?
It is Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to let you go at this time, and I will definitely be back in contact with you soon rather than later. And I'm definitely going to thank you for even offering to be a guidance throughout this entire ordeal. And I also want to thank you again for interviewing with me as well.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow.
I look forward to meeting you.
I do too. And I hope you feel a little bit better.
I will. It's just going to take time. I'm one dude that could go. I used to go all day and all night. And now I can't hardly go, so it's hard, but I'm getting there. I'm pushing that foot out. Push a little harder. But we're going to make it.
Well, I'm going to definitely have you in my prayer.
Okay.
That's for sure. And as long as you don't mind me calling to check on you, just to say, hey, how you doing?
That's fine.
Okay, I appreciate that very much. And right now, I'm going to say, have a great afternoon and a blessed night.
You too. God bless both of us.
That's for sure.
There you go. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, you guys. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Man, can you imagine that? Me in the political realm? That is mind-blowing. I have to really wrap my head around what just happened on this interview. Oh, wow. Wow. Mary P. Wells, you guys. Prominent. Whew. Say what you want to about RealDence Nay, but honey, 2021 is on. So I have to get things rolling because I would love to be the one, since she's stepping down next year, 2022. That means I have to get the ball rolling now so that I can actually do that. Me as a commissioner? Me? I'm just in shock, you guys, right now. But I am like, this can really be real. So I'm just going to say, please like this video. Please comment. Matter of fact, in the comment section, let me know, would you vote for me?